the elimination of those threats. Ms. Oduor, please.
Thank you very much. The Right Honourable Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, Honourable Senators, our session moderator, our session chair and our session moderator, and fellow distinguished guests, good morning. First and foremost, I want to bring congratulatory messages from the Westminster Foundation for Democracy. We're indeed excited to partner with the Fourth Senate, and we look forward to working with the Fourth Senate in deepening and strengthening devolution. So a bit about WFD. As mentioned earlier on, we are the UK public body that's dedicated to supporting democracy across the globe. We have a presence in around 30 countries, 5 of which are in Africa, and in Kenya we've had a presence since 2011. Initially, our focus had been on the Center for Parliamentary Studies and the National Assembly, but with the onset of devolution, we restructured our support to focus on the institution that's mandated to protect devolution, that's the Senate, and the County Assemblies. So within our devolution support, we have worked with the Senate in the areas of research, financial oversight, lawmaking, legislative openness, and citizens' engagement. Specifically, our partnership has been multi-year, running from the year 2012 to date, of which our partnership has been informed by the needs of the Senate in terms of institutional capacity and also just technical skills, not only for the members, but also for the staff. And what we have done, rather, our approach has been one on information sharing, whereby we generate products that have been shared with the Senate to support it in its mandate on legislation, oversight, and representation. And some of the things that we will be looking forward to working together on in the Fourth Senate is on the element of post-legislative scrutiny, because we appreciate since the onset of devolution, the Senate has really passed a lot of legislation. But the question is, has the legislation been effective in addressing its intended objective? And if not, then as a House that is mandated to protect devolution through legislation, what can we do about that legislation? We also promote learning and exchange because we appreciate that parliamentary practice cuts across different jurisdictions, and there's a lot that can be borrowed to inspire good practice. So within that, we've created linkages to other bicameral parliaments, including the UK Parliament, that's the House of Commons and the House of Lords, the French Senate and the National Assembly, and also decentralized legislatures. For instance, the Northern Ireland Assembly, the Scottish Parliament, and the National Assembly for Wales. We've also offered direct thematic expertise on parliamentary research, whereby we've had parliamentary research officers undergoing a series of training and knowledge exchange with counterparts from other jurisdictions. We've supported legislative drafting, working closely with the Senate Directorate of Legal Services, whereby we supported the development of the legislative drafting manual, which I believe is a good tool in ensuring that the kind of legislation that the Senate passes is constitutional and reflective of Kenya's legislative drafting style. We've also supported outreach and engagement, public finance management. In the Third Senate, we worked with the Senate Public Accounts and Investment Committee, rolling out tools to ensure that the committee is able to hold county governments more accountable and be more effective in its discharging of its mandate. And in addition to that, on events like this, the Legislative Summit, we've also provided technical expertise in running various sessions. I would like to say that within this particular induction retreat, we supported the sessions on intergovernmental relations. So this partnership has not only been about WFD giving, but also provided an opportunity for WFD to understand and contribute to contribute skills to legislative effectiveness that's in support of devolution. But in addition to this, we've worked together with the Senate to strengthen county assemblies, because we appreciate that the Senate is mandated to actually hold the hand of county assemblies with a view of ensuring that they're able to also deliver on their mandate. So in partnership with the Senate, riding on the County Legislative Attachment Program, we have also basically reached out to staff from the county assemblies and imparted them with skills that are useful to them, especially around public, or rather supporting their committees in public expenditure management. And looking at the past 6 years, whereby we've had a very active and cordial working relationship with the Senate, we can say that the impact of our work or our partnership has led to strengthened capacity within the Senate, and by that I mean the members, the committees, and the staff in lawmaking and financial oversight. And we've also seen that the Senate is now more open and engaged in civil society organizations, which in a sense speaks to the essence of legislative openness. So looking at the fourth Senate, what are our expectations? One, Mr. Speaker, we're looking forward to continued goodwill so that we can collaborate further in strengthening and deepening devolution. But we appreciate that some of the work that we did in the third Senate is yet to be actualized and will be actualized. Rather, the results of our work will be actualized by the fourth Senate. So we're looking forward to uptake of products of engagement from the third Senate, and specifically we supported, or rather we offered technical support in the development of our county legislative tracker. So we are hoping that within the fourth Senate we'll be able to see that, so that the Senate can actually assess and review the legislation that is produced by county assemblies. And then also we supported the review of the Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations. So as we get into the fourth Senate, we're looking forward to some of those recommendations actually being embraced, and that committee being restructured and strengthened towards ensuring that the Senate enjoys good relationships with other intergovernmental institutions. And also around strategic issues, one, post-legislative scrutiny is one area that we really hope that we can work together on. And then also the whole element of open parliament. Within the third Senate, we started discussions on an open parliament action plan, towards our contribution as the Senate, as an arm of parliament, to the Open Government Partnership Commitment. So we are hoping that with the fourth Senate, we'll be able to realize that action plan. And we also hope that within the fourth Senate, we'll see a strengthened relationship between the National Assembly and the Senate, because we believe that that is good for devolution and that is good for governance. And additionally, we are hoping that our continued collaboration with the Senate in strengthening county assemblies on public expenditure management will be realized. With this in mind, it is my belief that at the end of the fourth Senate, when we sit back and look up, we'll have a more open, responsive, and democratic institution that's delivering effectively on its mandate, and that is also citizens-oriented. So to the clerk's question, having engaged with county assemblies and the Senate, I think what we could say is one emerging threat is actually the weak capacity of the county assemblies, and specifically around their financial oversight mandate. I believe that that's one area that we can partner on towards ensuring that county assemblies' role in financial oversight is activated, and even at that devolved unit level, they are able to hold county governments accountable, and that would, in a sense, contribute towards strengthening devolution. So I think I'll stop there and look forward to other questions and more engagement in